Bellingham gets injured and might miss a crucial moment for Real Madrid. Jude Mbappé scores in the last second, but the crowd is divided between relief and concern. Barcelona wins with a show from Lamine Yamal, but off the field, it's a political war. Manchester City goes into all-or-nothing mode, spending heavily in the transfer window, but loses a reinforcement worth 143 million reais for the decisive semi-final. Laporta attacks Real Madrid publicly and turns the rivalry into a game off the field. And there's heavy controversy involving refereeing, added time, and behind-the-scenes drama in La Liga. All of that and more. Hold on, because today's video is different. There's a lot happening at once, and we're going to clear it all up with context, analysis, and what really matters for you if you care about soccer beyond the score. Here's the deal. This video is for those who want to know everything. No fluff, respectful opinions, and a coverage that's got you covered, newsflash style. If you follow European soccer, if you enjoy the behind-the-scenes stuff, and you want to understand the impact of every news story, you're in the right place. And hey, if this type of content makes sense to you, if it helps you better understand what's going on with your team, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free, it doesn't bother you, but it helps a lot in keeping our work going. It's a simple way to show that it's worth bringing this kind of content responsibly without copying anyone and respecting you who's watching. Let's go together. Real Madrid wins with drama, but leaves with more concern than relief. The game had everything to be another smooth show at the Bernabeu. Vinicius Jr. scored in the first half, the crowd was hyped, but then Rayo Vallecano equalized early in the second half and the mood shifted. There were boos, there was tension, the clock kept ticking, the team kept pressing, and no goal came. Then at 100 minutes, yes, you heard that right, the referee called for a penalty. Mbappé, as calm as ever, converted it and gave Real the win. But the match-winning goal didn't erase the real concern of the night. Jude Bellingham left the field injured. The club said it was a hamstring injury in his left thigh with no timeline for his return. And this changes everything. Because Real is in the middle of a crucial stretch with the Champions League and La Liga heating up, losing the most decisive player of the season at this point, it's like starting a game already at a disadvantage. Our take, Real picked up 3 points but lost something far more valuable, confidence in their midfield. And depending on how serious this injury is, we might be seeing the start of a Bellingham drama that could change the course of the season. And hang tight, because at the end of the video, we've got updates on the injury and insider details from Real's medical team. Manchester City buys, invests, moves, but loses a 143 million reais reinforcement for the semi-final. Guardiola wasn't making excuses. City had an up-and-down first half of the season, but responded like a big team. They went strong into the transfer market. They brought in Marc Guéhi, a promising center back, for £43 million, a strategic signing to step in and make an impact. But guess what? Guéhi won't be able to play in the Carabao Cup semi-final against Newcastle. Why? Because he was signed outside the registration deadline. That's right. City spent big on a position of need, and by the competition's rules, they can't use him in the most important game of the season so far. To make matters worse, City's defense is already depleted. Ruben Dias, Gvardiol, and Stones are all sidelined. Guardiola is going to have to improvise. Our opinion, the rule is clear, but it's stupid. It doesn't make sense to stop a club from using a properly registered player just because they arrived a few days later. That doesn't protect the competition, it just messes with the game. And this decision could cost City dearly if they get eliminated. This rule will be remembered as the fatal blow. Barcelona wins with brilliance from Yamal, but off the field, it's a declared war. On the field, Barça won against Elche with authority 3-1. There were hit posts, missed chances, domination. But what caught the attention was Lamine Yamal, the 16-year-old who played like a seasoned pro, a goal and assist, and making an impact at every crucial moment. The fans were pumped, the press started comparing him to Maradona, and the debate is hot. Are we witnessing the birth of a new era? But the real fire came from off the field. Joan Laporta gave an interview and was direct. He celebrated a legal win over Real Madrid in the Negreira case and dropped a line that set everything off. Justice slammed the door in Real Madrid's face. It's not just a provocation, it's a political strategy. Laporta is using the rivalry as a shield to strengthen his project and solidify Barça's image as a club under attack. On top of that, he publicly backed coach Flick with a lifetime contract statement, making it clear that the team has full backing from the board. For the fans, it feels like a comeback, a competitive team, an active president, and a strong narrative to unite everyone against the external enemy. Human storytelling, the unseen side of Bellingham's injury. Now let's get serious. When Bellingham limped off the field holding his thigh and looking downcast, many people just saw the sports problem. But think about this. This guy is 20 years old. He became a key player at one of the biggest clubs in the world in less than 6 months. He's carrying the hopes of millions. And now he's sidelined, missing the most important games of the season. That's a lot of pressure for someone so young. We talk about the standings, the points, the lineup, but there's a human being there. And if the club doesn't know how to handle this injury could turn into a huge psychological burden. Here at the channel, we value effort. And for that reason, here's the message. More than a physical problem, Real needs to take care of an emotional asset. Bellingham can't just be treated as a backup. Refereeing, added time, and controversy. How far will VAR go? The penalty for Real was called at 100 minutes of play. Again, 100 minutes. Right away, debate started. Was that excessive? Is VAR controlling the game too much? Is it becoming normal to stretch things out until the goal comes? And to make things worse, Rio ended the game with 2 players sent off. The Barça president, of course, took the chance to poke fun. The rivalry turned into a battle of narratives. Some shout injustice, others say it's just the new normal. The truth, VAR has become the protagonist. And that changes the game. It changes how managers set up their teams. It changes how fans watch. It even affects the players' psychology. What used to be the exception is now the rule. And hey, if you think this is over, there's more big stuff coming. In the next few days, Bellingham's injury saga will have new chapters. City's semifinal against Newcastle could change the course of the season. And the political fight between Barça and Real is far from over. That's why you need to stay with us. Because when the next big news breaks, you'll already know everything. If this video gave you something new, something different, something useful, hit that like button. It costs nothing, but it helps us keep delivering in-depth content without copying anyone. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and don't worry, if urgent news pops up, we'll be back in full coverage, no fluff. This is Real Soccer, with respect for your intelligence and your time. We're in this together. See you at the next big story.